I mean, her character isn't the worst, but she didn't get the best character development. That's the thing. She did. She got the best character development. It's just people didn't like her story because it was real. My first stream here on YouTube, I figured we'd do something special. And because Kamen Rider Zero-One is getting released by Tokushoutsu, I thought, sure, let's go ahead and rank in a tier list all the forms of Hiden Aruto Kamen Rider Zero-One. Here's the thing. This is not a democracy for this. This is a dictatorship. And if you want to fight about it, then you're going to fight me about it. If this is your first time here, buckle up. A bunch of forms here. Probably more forms that I would have liked, honestly. This tier list was already made, so I was like, hey, this is what we're using. Finally, I can see the difference between Rising Hopper and Realizing Hopper. So funny enough, Realizing Hopper is not on here. But we are starting with Rising Hopper, who can also be taken as like Realizing Hopper. It's basically the same thing. Right? Are we all like 100 on that? Kamen Rider Zero-One's base form. I really like this. Can we go in like presentation mode? Make this a little nicer for everyone? It just destroyed the entire pattern I had going on. I had everybody in line. All of you are saying S tier, by the way. For Rising Hopper for this? It's a good looking basic form. I'm not doing it because you said it. I'm doing it because I think so, all right? Dictatorship, not a democracy. Fighting shark. It's kind of adorable. It has the little shark fins here. I could have done without the yellow, but it also does that thing like I've explained in other tier list videos where it just kind of gives up and makes stuff black. Like you could have done something with this whole area and it would have been great. It's C tier. Easy C tier for me. Flying Falcon, which later went to Jin. But first, my boy Aruto had it. I actually loved Flying Falcon's debut. I think it's a cool looking suit. Again, the yellow just started being like Zero-One's thing, so I'm like, cool, whatever. Or green, I don't know. I'm super colorblind. Sorry, you guys can fill in the blanks on that. Flying Falcon in B tier. It's not bad, it's not great, but it's also not the best of the forms, you know what I'm saying? Flaming Tiger. Now, Flaming Tiger, I think is one of the best. Y'all are saying C tier? Flaming Tiger, A for me. I think Flaming Tiger is one of the sickest and best of Aruto's base forms. There's one other one that's gonna go in A, which we come to right now. Freezing Bear is an absolute beast. Everything about it, except for like this yellow being under it, everything else is great. I love the juxtaposition to Flaming Tiger. It's just a cool form overall, right? It's just a coall form. It's so buffy. If you'll learn one thing about me, especially through these streams, buff rangers and riders are my shit. But the buffest Zero-One form, Breaking Mammoth. Prototypical mech form that riders get every now and then. But they use it for one episode and it's such a bummer. Where the hell are you? I had this in order. It's a fail. Breaking Mammoth gets a fail. I should like these mech forms. They just always end up being nothing. Going up to the super forms, Shining Hopper. Such a cool form in theory because of how the moveset works and everything. The speed and everything. Problem I have with it is Assault Hopper does it way better and looks better for adding a little bit more color in there. He's gonna get B tier because he's not terrible. The one other one that takes it a step further and makes it better, and that's our boy Shining Assault Hopper. Adds the blue in there and makes this form pop more. Improves on it in every single way. So that boy going straight to A tier. And like Hunter said, the whole system of it is cool. Metal, Cluster, Hopper, Berserker form more or less, which Aruto is obviously able to. If you haven't seen Zero-One, by the way, I'm straight up spoiling it this whole stream. Sorry. I should have said that earlier, not now. If this was not the Reiwa era and they weren't trying to switch things up, Metal Cluster Hopper would have been the final form. Look at it. This is Kiwami arms to a T. This should have been the final form. I don't disagree, but I do like what they did with the actual final form. Far and away S tier. It's a beautiful looking form. It's super clean. It kind of goes with that theme of like, hey, his big forms are these super clean forms. They're so sick, so sleek, and it just adds to the whole gimmick of being like Zero-One being technology based. If Hiden is Apple, like this is the next set of the iPhone. That being said, next one up, No, not you, you stupid piece of get off my screen. Hopping Kangaroo, who is from a Hyper Battle DVD? Yeah, Hyper Battle form, which is funny because we just got announced that Revice's form is a kangaroo as well. He doesn't look too bad. I kind of really like the ears on him. He looks more like a bat, I would say. I think Zero-One just bungles like the lower half of all of them. Hopping Kangaroo is a fine B. Dynamiting Lion. I have no idea what this is from. Exclusive to a short Zero-One manga featured in Televikun. So this is sick. This is a badass form. Apparently it's just from a manga. So it definitely should just get disqualified from this list. But I dig this so much. He's going straight up to A tier. Hell Rising Hopper from the Real Lies movie. Let's take a closer look real quick. This head right here. Just devilish. I realize is the thing I haven't seen yet. I've been waiting for it to come out in Tokushoutsu to watch it. So I'm gonna have a good Christmas break. The progress key sticking out, not a huge fan of it, but like the Zero-One driver is just so beautiful on its own. And then they were like, wait, let's make stuff stick more out the side. And I'm like, why? I think the helmet is what really sells this for me. I'm gonna put him in A tier. 001. 001 is a terrible suit. That's going in fail. I can't believe you're all saying A on this suit. Everyone thinks this suit is beautiful. We're talking about this, right? This is what you guys want in your A tier. It looks so gritty and cool. What are you talking about? This man is wearing a trash bag and bicycle pads. This is not a cool suit. This is why I don't let you guys vote for these ones. It is not a mess of greatness. That is not what this is. Next up, the 02 suit. I just want to show you all real quick. I'll even make the call right now. I just want to show you all what an S tier suit looks like. Look at this. This is the God tier suit of Zero-One. It is so simple, so sleek. And like I said before, the technology aspect of Zero-One, the upgrade, I look at Zero-One and I look at Zero-Two and I'm like, this is the upgrade of that, obviously. Famous Monsterful. This is not blasphemy. This is literally the gospel. It's a good suit, not for a final form. This is what final forms are now. Revice's final form is literally going to be Revice's face with Vice's T-Rex dome on it. Next up, the Arc 1 suit. I'm totally kidding. God damn, it's a great suit. I'm gonna put that in S tier. And we were talking about Revice before. I'm gonna go back to Revice. I get so mad at the live suit because it's not thematically tied to evil in any way. It just doesn't, like, you can't tell that those are the same thing. I think this suit does that idea far better than Revice does. This looks like evil Aruto. And I dig it. I'm bummed that it's not around for as long as it should have been. Next up, we're gonna move to rider, not another rider, but a different rider in the series. And it's a bummer because like the V-Cinema ones aren't on here. Fua, shooting wolf. This good little puppers, look at him. But Vulcan's base form definitely gets the A tier. I love it. It's a great suit. Zero-One had this thing going for it right at the beginning where it just had these themes to each thing. The shot riser, obviously not really a finished thing. Like one half of the suit is finished and the rest of it is just kind of your atypical, like, hey, you also get some Huma Gear armor, which I think was awesome. Punching Kong, dumb as shit. Terrible, but he's a funny chunky boy, so he gets a C. Assault Wolf. It sounds so dumb. You guys are gonna be so mad with like my decisions. It's just too dark for me. I don't think it's as good as his base form, so I have to put it in B. But for what it is, I think it's really cool. You know what? Looking at it, I probably wouldn't put it. Yeah, I'm gonna put it A. Just because looking at it, like I can't put it in the same tier as the Kangaroo and Shining Hopper. It's just so much better than this suit that it has to go up here. Orthoros Vulcan. I hope I said that right. B tier. Since it's not on the list, where would you rank Arc 01? Is that not Arc 1? What's Arc 01? This red fool? Trash. This is the boy right here. Mainly because it's just such a cool thematic wise, it's such a cool suit. The fact that Fua is the one to get everybody, all the animals, and then the progress key on it and everything. Rampaging Vulcan's so cool. Next up, Yaiba. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this in chat. You ready? Yaiba is probably my favorite rider in all of Zero-One. I think she has the most complete story. I think she is used the best. I think she comes full circle, and I think she is the best rider in Zero-One. Sometimes Aruto feels a little too like he's failing upwards the whole time. Like he's just like an idiot, and then he's just like keeps doing things well and like succeeding. I think Yaiba works for her character development all the time, and I know she has that big long stretch where she's with Guy the whole time, and it's an obvious like reference to the Me Too movement in Tokushoutsu. She's also part of a scene in one of the last episodes that is a direct reference to the Black Lives Matter movement. Like it's just glaringly obvious that that's what they're referencing with these two story points for Yaiba. And I think she just absolutely fits in that place. I love Lightning Cheetah, Rushing Cheetah. She gets an A. But Lightning Hornet is, by God, probably one of my favorite suits in this whole show. S tier for Lightning Hornet. Let's just zoom in and appreciate your girl real quick. I mean, her character isn't the worst, but she didn't get the best character development. That's the thing. She did. She got the best character development. It's just people didn't like her story because it was real. You just didn't like her because she was real. Her and Vulcan's V-Cinema forms are just fine. They're B's to me. They're not like the best. Flying Falcon. Cool form. I love the pink. So Flying Falcon gets a B as opposed to Burning Falcon, which looks so much more menacing. His base form is underrated. I like it. The pink is like super cool. I just like this form so much better. I think Burning Falcon is A. Arc Zero. Arc Zero reminds me of Dangerous Zombie in the best ways. Like on life support type of look. I hate that I keep saying it. Too much black. I do like the shoes though. The shoes are bomb. He's a fine looking suit. He gets A tier. I feel so bad because like I'm filling up A tier with these suits, but I truly like every single one of them. I don't think there's too many fails in Zero-One suit wise. Just looks like they grabbed trash on set and put it on a suit. Oh, you mean 001. Gotcha. Sting, Scorpion, B tier. I don't enjoy the Force Riser forms. I don't know. It's something to do with like the padding on them. They just don't look great. They're just fine. Arc Scorpion. There's so much black, but I'm still gonna put it in A because it's such a cool, like I've been saying this whole time. Thematically, it's such a cool step up from Sting Scorpion. Kamen Rider Ikazuchi. Don't hate me, okay? It's so ugly. Does not work at all. It looks like a children's Halloween costume your aunt made for you on Halloween. Much better, honestly. The black suit, and I know I've been complaining about the black, but the black undersuit makes this not look like a garbage bag. Naki gets thrown in B. Right with the other Metsubo Jinrai. Because he's not on this list, I will give him a grade here. I dig it. I think this form's A tier. It looks like the undersuit is trashed like the rest of them, but I love this whole everything going on up here. It looks super cyborgy. The driver is just like reminds me of Kamen Rider Double. So everything about this one goes in A tier for me, except for the undersuit. Take away the undersuit, I think this would be great. Going down to Kamen Rider Thouser. I don't know why Kamen Rider Zaya's not on here either. Like I said, I didn't make the list. Somebody else did. The repaint of Thouser, Zaya, actually looks way cooler. But Thouser's not a bad suit. It's fine. It looks better in motion. Here it looks kind of weird. But it does look better in motion. I love the gold and everything going with it. They don't just give up on the legs like I hate 90% of the time. Thouser gets a good old A tier. Aruto's Papa, which was never really explained why like Aruto's dad was a Humagear, but you know, we'll go with it. As much as I hate the Force Riser ones, I like how bulky this one is. The callback, obviously, to Ichigo. I really like Ichigata. I don't think it's S tier, but I do think it's A tier. Plus, the movie's really good. The movie's just heartwarming. Makes me like this suit even more. Kamen Rider Eden. Where are all the good pictures? Toys. There he is. Kamen Rider Eden. It's a good suit. I think I'm going to give Eden, especially like the red and everything coming up. In the dark, it looks sick. So I'm going to have to see the movie, but I'm going to drop Eden in A tier. And I think this is the most A tiers we've ever gotten. Eden is on the list, but Lucifer isn't? That's odd. Oh yeah, this dude gets S tier. This is sick. If you haven't seen Kamen Rider Zero-One and you sat through this whole thing, I hope you enjoyed the spoilers, but it comes out on December 24th on Tokushoutsu and all their affiliates. That means Pluto TV. I think they said Tubi TV as well. So go support it, because like this is like the real deal. Full official subs with the ending movie, which is insane. Go out and buy it when it comes out. I believe January 25th is the date it has on Amazon. But just to stream it on Tokushoutsu, shoutfactory.tv, through their Tokushoutsu subsection, or the Tubi app, Pluto.tv, that's all completely free.